All right, guys. So I'm here to introduce my new to me. Um, it's a 2019 BMW 540i. I think I'm gonna start, vlogging and making videos on this car. So far, it's pre-owned. I mean, I like this car. It's a 2019. Bought it about 3 months ago. At the time, I think it had, I don't know, about 58,000 miles on it, which is, it's a B58, so not really too worried about, the mileage. But, yeah, this is it. It's not the M Sport package, which, was a deal breaker for me at one point. But then I really thought about it. Like, this is going to be, like a project car. So, maybe I'm going to change bumpers and, a bunch of stuff. So I really didn't need to get an M Sport package. I just wanted, the 540 platform, and then I'll take it from there. Whatever there was some stuff that I kind of needed or wanted, like, the full 360 camera. That was one of the things I wanted, which this has. This is the luxury line, so it's super comfortable. It's super nice on the inside. Really clean. Whoever had this car prior to me, they took really good care of this thing. The seats are in perfect condition. The inside is in perfect condition. No rips, no, nothing on the seats. Car is perfect. Yeah, the luxury line has the parking features. So it has a self parking. It is the X Drive. That's also one thing I wanted for sure. X Drive system. As you can see, there's snow on the ground. I live in New Jersey, so we get snow from time to time, and it gets really cold here at times. So X Drive was definitely one thing I wanted. I had in the past rear-wheel drive cars, and this time of year it was just impossible to get around. As you can see, it is, nasty out. Yeah. Just wanted to give you guys a walk around of it. And then we'll take it for a ride. So you can, go for a ride with me on the inside, and we'll continue talking some more. Let's talk about my BMW 540i since 2019 X Drive, and all the reasons why I went with this car. So previously, like I was saying, I had a bunch of Moparts. I had Chargers, Challengers. I had Camaro. I had a couple JDMs, Accord, Civics. I even had an Alfa Romeo Stelvia for a little bit. But I've never really had a BMW. And I sold a Camaro, and I wanted something a little bit more user-friendly, some room. I wanted a sporty boat, if that makes any sense. Something I could drive every day and be comfortable, but also have a little pep to it, and also have the potential to, the potential to like mod and squeeze a little bit more out of the car safely. And looking into a bunch of different stuff, the B58 just kept coming up. I test drove a bunch of cars, but I kind of just narrowed it down to a 5 Series. I just love how luxurious the 5 Series is. The inside is beautiful, super nice, and it rides so quiet, and you know, it's big, not too big like a 7 Series, but it's big enough. You know, I'm not a small guy, and it's big enough for me. And I just fell in love with the car. I drove the 530, I think it was, yeah, 530. That car was, I mean, everything else everything is the same inside. It rides nice, but I just felt like that car was just too big of a car for a 4-cylinder motor. And I drove this, and I instantly fell in love. I'm like, man, this car is super nice. For a stock car, you hit the gas and the motor is just like super responsive. And I was like, wow. I also drove the M550. That one was even more crazy. You heard more from the motor, because obviously it's a V8, bigger motor. The car obviously super responsive, fast as hell. But pricing was a thing, and the difference between both of them, it's a big difference. But what it was for me, I did some research, and I realized that those V8s are what they call a hot V, where it has the V motor and the turbo sits right on top, and over time heat soak, and they just have problem over time. And I've seen videos, or I've seen people, I've read people driving these B58 motor up to 250, 300,000 miles with no, you know, obviously car going that far, you have wear and tear issues, but nothing major. And I just was like, you know, for the price difference, it was like for what I was looking, it was like a $6,000 to $8,000 difference in price. But the car that it wasn't a $6,000 to $8,000 difference in car. Well, it might be with the V8 and how responsive that motor is. But I've seen people safely bring these things up to 650 horsepower, and daily them. And I was like, if by the time I tune that V8 motor or start doing some mods to it, it's probably gonna start having issue. And I was just not down for that. I was just like, you know what? I'll go with the safer option. Yes, I love the V8 sound. Yes, I love how much you get in that car. Those things are optioned out. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the B58 option, because I see people run those safely. And yeah, I drove this, and I was just like, for one, you get better gas mileage. Which obviously, if you're buying a sporty car, you're buying a big vehicle car, you're not really worried about the gas mileage. So yes, that was a thing, but it wasn't a major thing. It was the upkeep was obviously trying to keep up a big V8 motor, and a big German V8 motor was a big difference. I'm like, you know what? It'll probably be cheaper to keep this B58 going. There's tons of them out there. Parts are available. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with the safer option. And it still has the potential to you could build these things out safely. You could run. I'm trying to get. Eventually I'll get it to like probably like a 600 horsepower. I don't want to really push it too much, because I'm gonna be driving this car often. So 600 is more than plenty for me, personally. But yeah, again, I'm back to pricing. I was looking at the M Sport package, and one of the caveat to that, most of those were rear wheel drive for one, and I absolutely did not want another rear wheel drive car. And the next thing is how they're priced. They're again about $4,000 more from what I've seen, more than this with even higher mileage. So I was like, I'm gonna do a bunch of mods and a bunch of stuff to the car anyway. So I'll just get the luxury line where it's nice, smooth, quiet for now. I get the 360 cam, the parking assist, which also get the self parking feature with, and suspension and all that. I'm eventually gonna tinker with a little bit, not too much, because I just love how this car drives. I'm gonna change the wheels. I'm gonna probably change the bumper, front and rear. Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna get not the base, but I'm gonna get a lower trim, not the M performance package or M package, and see what happens from there. So yeah, I mean, so far I'm in love with this car, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a night and day difference from driving, American cars over the year and hopping to something like this. The other day, I'm coming from work and met a light, and an RT, a 5.7 pulled up next to me, and mind you, this thing is stock. And my boy was revving, going crazy. We left that light. I didn't even see where that guy went. I knocked this thing in Sport Plus, and this thing goes. So, I love it, man. Look at this thing. Oh, man. I think this car paired with the X-Drive is just perfect. It's just super perfect for me personally. And I love how big the car is, because I'm not a small guy. Again, this car is just big, sporty. I'm not too sporty. It's big, luxurious, and it's relatively quick for a straight six stock car. It's quick. It's faster than most six-cylinder cars, unless it's like a super hyper car, like maybe a GTR but like regular traffic, it's quicker than most regular V6 or straight six traffic. So yeah, those are some of the reasons why I made the choice to go with this, and I don't regret it thus far. I had it since October, and so yeah, about 3 months, because I got it in the beginning of October. And pricing. Let's go over the pricing a little bit. I got this car for $25,000, and I bought an extended warranty because buying a used pre-owned whatever car, I want some kind of warranty just in case something happens. So I bought a 3-year extended warranty. That was like another $3,500. And M Sport packaged cars, I was seeing those cars for $30,000, $32,000, $35,000 with similar mileage, which is like 50,000 miles or 55,000 miles. And I was like, I want to buy the car, get an extended warranty, and still stay under 30,000. And which the luxury line, it made that possible. This thing just goes. But yeah. So $25,000 plus an extended warranty, $3,500. I mean $25,000 plus the extended warranty, which was another $3,500. I think it's a steal. It's like a no-brainer. Like, especially if you just want a car where you just buy and you're not gonna do anything to it, and you're just gonna drive that car and just daily, but you want it to be a little sporty, but you're not a car guy that tinkers and do stuff. Get them sort of package. It's a one-shot deal. But in my case, I'm gonna do wheels. I'm gonna do some kind of suspension lowering. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff. So I just wanted. This works perfect. In other words, this works perfect for me. So yeah, those are my reasons, man, and I'm not regretting them so far. Whenever you're ready to go, you top this thing over into sport transmission, manual, and you get on it, and this small flow goes. I like it, man. BMW did their thing with this car and this motor. And I'll try to make videos and keep you guys updated. I'm all new to this YouTube vlogging world. But yeah, I'm gonna see where it goes. I want to, just build a little community around this car and around the build, and see what happens. All right, I'm out, guys.